Well, it's hard to believe, but we are past midsummer, and yes, that means fall is just around the corner. I've made way more progress out here than I expected, but I also need to take stock on where everything stands and kind of see what's realistic to accomplish over the second half of the gardening season. Welcome back, garden friends, and if we haven't met yet, my name is Jenna. I'm an RN turned creative, and today I'm going to be taking you through my process for evaluating where I'm at midsummer in the garden so I can best use my time toward the things that really need to get accomplished as we finish out the year. As a nurse, I learned that prioritizing well is genuinely life-changing. And by the end of this video, you'll be ready to evaluate the state of things in your own garden and know where best to focus your time and attention. There are only 3 steps in my system: capture, sort, prioritize. Capture starts with a brain dump. I write down every project, idea, concern, reminder, and task that's floating around up there in my head. Things I need to order, ideas for next year, unfinished projects, jobs I've noticed during my walks in the garden. And at this stage, there's no organizing. I'm simply capturing all those thoughts and ideas and getting it onto the paper. Once I write down what's most immediately on my mind, then I pull out my garden journal and my observation notebook that travels out in the garden with me. I flip through those and pull out anything that jumps out as important or time sensitive and add that to my list. Then I pull out my Midsummer Reset trigger list to jog my memory of anything else that's important. I just let the questions on this list remind me of things I may have forgotten, and anything that pops into my head goes onto the brain dump page. And if you'd like a free copy of the trigger list I'm using here, you can find it on the gifts section of my website, which I will link for you below. I also like to make a separate list of all my outdoor projects, finished, underway, and not yet started. For me, a project is simply anything that takes more than one step. If it can be broken down into smaller tasks, it's a project. This helps us see what we've got going on, what's already been accomplished, and what's still realistic or wildly unrealistic to finish before fall arrives. Growing up on a farm, my dad always insisted that we have a must-be-done-by date for any project we started, and that has really stuck with me. So now let's sort everything into 4 simple categories and see what truly deserves our attention. My categories are must do, should do, would be nice, and someday. It's tempting to think a project should become a must-do simply because it's almost finished. But what truly matters is whether it actually deserves our attention this season. Otherwise, it's easy to spend all your time chasing little wins while the projects that truly matter keep getting pushed aside. For example, if finishing a new chicken coop before winter is genuinely one of my highest priorities, I don't want to accidentally use all of my time and energy wrapping up smaller feel-good projects just because they're closer to the finish line. So when I look through my list of projects, here's where I landed. You'll notice that chicken coop immediately landed in my must-do category because it has a hard deadline. The nursery beds, on the other hand, are important, but they aren't urgent. They'd make a huge difference to the garden and really set me up well next year if I can get to them, but they don't have to happen right away, so they land under should do. There are a few projects I'd really love to tackle if time allows, and finally, there are a few exciting ideas that simply aren't the right fit for this season. Those are not failures. They've just been intentionally moved to my someday list so that I don't lose the idea while keeping my focus where it belongs. Of course, these garden projects don't exist in a vacuum. The garden's only one piece of it. I've got plenty of projects happening inside the house too, so if you'd like to see my home reset or you're curious about what's going on over there, I'll leave a link to that video and to my home channel below. Looking at everything together like this makes my plans for the next few months feel a whole lot more intentional. And perhaps more importantly, it reassures me that the things which truly matter are already on my radar, so I don't have to rush or scramble when the season starts winding down. This way we'll have plenty of time to order those spring bulbs before they're picked over, to know which perennials you want to divide, which cuttings you want to take, and what deserves your attention when the weather window is right, instead of reacting at the last minute. So now that we've taken stock of the garden and decided what matters most, I know exactly where my focus needs to be, which means that it's finally time to tackle